In today's video, we are going to talk about why circumstances do not exist. Hi guys, I hope you're having an amazing, beautiful, positive day. I'm sending you so much love and peaceful, balanced energy. My name is Misha with Feels with Meesh. If you are new here, welcome. We talk about feelings, understanding our feelings, mastering our feelings to be the best versions of ourselves. If you are on a law of assumption journey, you are on a journey to becoming the best version of yourself and aligning in your desired reality, here today, we are going to talk about why circumstances do not exist. And if you are somebody that you're in a really low place right now, or something has just happened in your world and you feel like whatever came up is the end all be all, you feel like your world is crashing down around you, or maybe you don't feel that extreme, but you've just decided that whatever came up in your reality is blocking you from having what you want, that because this thing happened, you're not going to get what you want. And I'm going to tell you why changing your mindset on this being a circumstance is going to free up the space and allow new energies to come in, new things to manifest, a pathway that is going to bring you to your desired reality. Let's get into today's discussion. So when something comes up in your reality, a roadblock, a seemingly circumstance that is in between you and your desired reality, by observing it from a detached space, by observing it, by being neutral, you are releasing the resistance around what is happening. This is why they say where your attention goes, energy grows. And so the more that we're focusing on what is happening that is undesirable, unfavorable, something that we just don't want, the more we're focusing on it and giving meaning, attaching a meaning to what we are observing, we are solidifying that into our reality. We have decided that because this is what it means, then it is final. We are almost like energetically solidifying that into our experience. Now, by being neutral, think about it like this, by being neutral to what you're experiencing, you are opening up the endless possibilities of meanings that could be given to that circumstance. Not only that, by a moment-to-moment basis, second to second, we have the power to shift things, right? Just based on our mind and our thoughts and how we're observing something, right? Whether we're observing it from a space of being a victim or we're observing it from a space of being in our power, those are two completely different mindsets. And if you just decide to see things from a neutral space, you are allowing yourself to be in the power of your life. And by saying circumstances don't exist, if you're not giving meaning to anything and you're being neutral, then they can't exist because you're able to just see them from this space of, oh, whatever's happening right now, that's not for me. Like, whatever's happening right now, acknowledging the feelings you're feeling, obviously, but if you just allow it to be and you pull your energy back, refocus on yourself, and not give any meaning to what you're seeing, you are, again, creating a space for something new to come in or for the energy to change. When we don't give something meaning, we are opening up a space for endless possibilities to present themselves to us in our life. Do you see the difference between those? The endless possibilities in the space of neutrality, or the finality of what we're experiencing. This is the final. This means that I'm not going to get what I want. This must mean that I'm not good enough to have what I want. This must mean that it is not going to happen, right? You see the finality there? There's two different spaces that we can exist in. And listen, I used to be so attached and triggered and highly sensitive, highly emotional, and I still am highly sensitive, but when you go on this journey to healing and self-mastery, you really work on yourself to be in a space of being okay with yourself and being okay with whatever comes up, right? Not making it final. When you're somebody that has a low self-concept, and this is why the last video that I posted about changing your self-concept to get your manifestations and really healing the unworthiness wound, the feeling of I'm not good enough. When you really work on that and you work every day to look at yourself in the mirror and see a better version of you and call in that version of you and stand in that version of you. When you work hard to become this new version of yourself that you love and value and appreciate, you understand that there is endless possibilities out there. There's endless opportunities for you out there. And so when something comes up in your reality that is unfavorable, you can see that from a detached space. You can remain unbothered. You can remain calm because you know that whatever is happening is not final. I remember when I became aware of the law of assumption, it took me time and time again of recreating and reliving the same experience because I just kept getting triggered by the same wounds. The same wounds kept getting triggered. The I am not enough wound was getting triggered. The abandonment and rejection wound kept getting triggered. And you see, these wounds see the circumstances. From this space, these wounds feel that things are, that there's a finality to things in your life. But when you heal those, or you begin to heal those, and you begin to love yourself, value yourself, you can observe yourself when you are being triggered, and you can remain unbothered. Because instead of the mind going into this space where the wound takes over, you're observing the wound. You're kind of questioning why you're feeling these certain things, and you're allowing yourself to feel them, but you're programming in new thoughts in those moments when you're feeling triggered. You have been able to gain control of your mind. And so when you can gain control of your mind, you then can be in control of your nervous system. And this is where we are mastering ourselves. This is where we are becoming unbothered. We're becoming in control of ourselves. And then ultimately being in control of ourselves as things play out and manifest in our life. How do we master this part of ourselves? Again, it is a trial and error process. You might have to go through having the same wound be triggered until you finally realize that you are the problem. It's not that you're a problem, but it's that you are the common denominator of why things are going around in circles in your life. And when you can change your behavior, you can change how you're showing up, you can change your reaction to the same thing playing out over and over again. You can change that reaction. That's where you start to see the change in your life. Let me give you guys an example of healing this and being able to be in the space of endless possibilities. So say somebody came up to me and they go, Misha, you are so ugly. I would laugh in their face. I would probably be a little taken aback and be like, whoa. And I would laugh at them, or I would smile and nod my head and be like, okay, all right. And I would be unbothered because I don't think I'm ugly. I know I'm not ugly. To me, I'm not ugly. So do you see how that wouldn't bother me? That wouldn't affect me? That wouldn't trigger me the same way that it would have maybe 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, I was still working on the I am not enough wound. So if somebody came in and said, Misha, you're just so ugly, I would have caved into myself. And I would have felt so unworthy and so terrible about myself. I would have been like, that person's so mean. They said I was ugly. And I would only react that way because a part of me believed what they're saying, right? The part of me that doesn't love themselves, the part of me that doesn't feel good enough, the part of me that wants to be accepted by everybody, agrees with what that person is saying. So do you see where we are getting triggered, where those wounds are. But when we heal and we begin to see ourselves differently, those things just don't align with where we're at. The beliefs of who we are, like the belief of who I am. I don't believe I'm ugly. I don't feel ugly. So if somebody was to come in and try and say those things about me, they don't align in the beliefs of who I believe I am, right? So when things are coming up in your reality, they're only coming up to show you where you're still being triggered. And if you're being triggered, then that is a wound that needs to be healed. That is a wound that needs to be reflected upon, because once you heal that wound and you ascend above it, that is where the magic happens. That is where the universe, God, higher power, Allah, whomever you believe in, that is where they bring in new energies, new opportunities, new possibilities, because that is where you're aligning, right? In the higher version of you. The world has to then upgrade to meet you where you're at, and you're not going to be bothered or triggered by somebody coming in and trying to poke at those old wounds of you, because you've healed that part of yourself. You simply don't feel into that space within yourself anymore. You have healed that, patched it up, and moved up in your life. And so this is why I say the circumstances don't exist, because there is no circumstance. There's no roadblock. Everything is just here guiding you to a next level of yourself. I'm going to give you guys some other examples, because I feel like this is really helpful for people. I know some of you are really feeling very low right now, and that's okay, because if you resonate with my energy or you found my videos, it's because I have also been in that energy before. And so something inside of me or something inside of you is feeling something inside of me. There's an energy connection there. There's a feeling there. And it's because, like I said, I've been there before. So just being here, showing up for yourself and working on yourself is gonna get you exactly where you want to be. So let me give you guys another example. Say that you are wanting a promotion at work, right? You want a promotion, you've been working your ass off in this job, and your boss gives the promotion to your coworker who has worked for the company way less than you have, way less years than you've been there, and they got the promotion. And again, like, a wound is coming up there to be reflected on, right? We could go into the space of, oh my God, like, I'm just not good enough. Like, I can never get anything right. Like, if I was perfect, then maybe I would get the promotion. If I was better, if I did this, if I did that, then maybe I would get the promotion, right? We make it about ourselves. We give it meaning. We decide the meaning of it. But when we're neutral and we can feel our bodies, we can feel ourselves, oh, that doesn't feel good that my coworker got the promotion, but maybe there's something better for me out there, because I'm not going to stay here where I'm just capping. I know that there's more out there for me. I know that this might be the opportunity for me to move up and find something better for myself, because I know, right? This is where the beliefs are. I know my value. I know what I bring to the table. I'm not going to see this as a circumstance and a roadblock. I'm going to see this as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity for me to align somewhere where I'm appreciated, where I make more money, where I enjoy my job and I love being there, and I love the people that I work with. And so do you see that could then potentially lead you to a job where you get paid even double what you're making now, or you make all these amazing friends there. You just never know. Like, again, when you expand on yourself, you expand the mind. You are neutral in things in your life that show up that could be unfavorable to you. You just allow God, universe, higher power to free up space for something better. Picture your manifestations like the end goal of a video game. You have to complete different levels of the video game and different levels of difficulty to pass up to the next level. And sometimes we have to redo that level over and over and over again until we learn the lesson and then can move up, right? You don't just get to the end where the celebration happens, right? You don't just get there overnight. Like sometimes it takes trial and error of you reliving something over and over again until you recognize that you are the one that is causing this to be a reoccurrence in your life. And when we finally recognize that, we can then change who we're being in the moments where things are showing up unfavorable to us and see them as opportunities for growth. And that version of you that has had to go through all these different levels in your life and different levels of difficulty just to make it to the end, that version of you is going to look back on their life and know exactly why everything had to happen the way that it did. And that version of you never gave up. You might be sitting listening to this video right now and you might be going through some stuff and you feel so helpless. You feel hurt. You feel betrayed. You feel sad and depressed. And let me tell you, this is not the time to give up. This is the time for healing and self-mastery. And this is why I say a healing and self-mastery journey is the most important thing, because the version of you that has those things is healed, is valued, is loved and cherished, and you give those things to yourself first. And so I will always recommend to people to hire a coach, book sessions, go to therapy, any type of self-help. Get a mentor. Even your mentors, the people that you look up to, those people have mentors. Throughout my healing and self-mastery journey, I have booked many different sessions with many different people. And every single person that I booked a session with, I have gained something from. I have never lost. And so if you are somebody that is looking to make this investment into yourself, because this is not you just giving money away. When you're booking sessions with people, you are investing in yourself. This is energy that is being circulated back to you. So if you're interested in a one-on-one with me, you can email me feelswithmeesh@gmail.com or check out everything in the description box below. The best version of you has gone through these different levels to reach that version, to heal and align and become that version. That version just didn't happen overnight. And if you can think about it, when you're a kid, I used to stay up all night long with my sisters playing Nintendo 64. I mean, I wouldn't stop until like I won the whole thing, like Mario Smash Bros. Or yeah, it was Smash Bros or N64, Mario Kart. I remember we used to just play. We never gave up until the very end, until somebody won and there was a celebration, because you just don't give up. You don't give up on yourself. When you're feeling down, you're feeling low, it's okay, because that is an opportunity for growth. God is trying to show you something about yourself. And this is where we master ourselves, through observing things from a detached space, to be neutral to everything, to become unbothered is you. The best version of you is unbothered. The best version of you knows their value, knows their worth, and isn't giving negative meaning to things in their life. The best version of you is always seeing the opportunities for growth, no matter the circumstances, because circumstances simply do not exist. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing, beautiful, positive day, because you absolutely deserve it.